Okay. So we're live on Facebook.
Just give me a minute.
Presently.
Yes, we are live on Facebook. We can now start.
Yeah. So, good morning, everyone. So we can see that we have close to like 250 participants on Zoom, and there would be quite a few on Facebook as well. बहुत सारे लोग हमें ज्वाइन करते जा रहे हैं जल्दी और 250 के करीब हम आ चुके हैं और 500 की कैपेसिटी है एज यू ऑल नो। और मुझे यकीन है कि ये 1-2 मिनट में भर जाएगा। और आज बहुत ही शानदार दिन है एंड हमने जो एक सपना देखा था, मैंने और चेतन जी ने, हमने सोचा था कि हम बहुत बार, और ये हमारा सपना नहीं है, ये सारे डायरेक्ट सेलिंग फ्रेटर्निटी का सपना है, सारे जितने भी डायरेक्ट सेलिंग से जुड़े हुए लोग उन सभी का सपना है। और हम ये सोचते थे कि कुछ ऐसा हम डायरेक्ट सेलिंग फ्रेटर्निटी को दे सकें जिससे कि हम उनके हाथ में क्रेडिबिलिटी दे सके। जब भी वो किसी से बात करें डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के बारे में तो वो बहुत पूरे अपने दिल से बात कर सके और डरे ना किसी के साथ डायरेक्ट सेलिंग को शेयर करने से। तो हम ये देखते थे और हमने अभी इस समय में हमने बात की, हमने आईडीएसए के साथ और हमारा एक मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग हुआ शुरू, और हमने ये सोचा कि एक वेबिनार सीरीज बनाते हैं जिसमें हम डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के सारे लोगों को, हम डायरेक्ट सेलिंग से जुड़ी जितनी भी बातें हैं उन सब बातों को हम क्लियर कर सकें। और क्योंकि मैं आपको थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन अपना देता हूँ। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, मेरा नाम डॉक्टर कमलकांत वशिष्ठ है और मैं हिमाचल प्रदेश में एक बहुत ही जबरदस्त यूनिवर्सिटी में काम करता हूँ एज एन एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर और डायरेक्टर ई लर्निंग। और मुझे डायरेक्ट सेलिंग से भी जुड़े हुए तकरीबन 20 साल हो गए। और जो मेरे करियर का हाई पॉइंट है, जिसे कि मैं एक ब्लेसिंग मानता हूँ भगवान की मेरे ऊपर, वो ये है कि मैंने पीएचडी किया अपनी डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के ही अंदर, क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा मुझे लगाव था डायरेक्ट सेलिंग से और मैं अपना हमेशा इसमें एक अपना फ्यूचर देखता था। तो मैंने डायरेक्ट सेलिंग करने का सोचा, पीएचडी करने का सोचा डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के अंदर, और कर पाया भगवान की दया से। और मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी की बहुत जो मैनेजमेंट था उनका खूब सपोर्ट मिला, क्योंकि जिस समय मैंने स्टार्ट किया था पीएचडी, वो 2012 में मैंने अपना पीएचडी स्टार्ट किया, और वो दौर था जब डायरेक्ट सेलिंग बहुत अच्छे हालात से नहीं गुजर रहा था। तो लेकिन मेरी मैनेजमेंट ने मुझे सपोर्ट किया और उन्होंने मुझे मौका दिया कि डायरेक्ट सेलिंग में मैं पीएचडी कर सकूं, और मैंने उसको किया। और आज हम ये सोचते हैं कि जो हम डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के बारे में सोचते थे और जो आज की डेट में डायरेक्ट सेलिंग है, उसके बीच में बहुत गैप है। और जो आम लोग इसके बारे में सोचते हैं और जो डायरेक्ट सेलिंग एक्चुअली है, उसके बीच में भी बहुत गैप है। तो उस गैप को भरने के लिए हमने ये वेबिनार सीरीज आज शुरू की है। और मैं बहुत ही लकी हूं कि मेरे साथ बहुत ही एमिनेंट पर्सनैलिटीज इस मंच पे बैठे हैं। तो सबसे पहले तो मैं आपसे रूबरू करवाऊंगा मेरे जो को होस्ट हैं और को मॉडरेटर है मिस्टर चेतन भारद्वाज जी से, जो कि किसी भी इंट्रोडक्शन के मोहताज नहीं है और आईडीएसए के जनरल मैनेजर है। और आईडीएसए की सारी चीजें, आईडीएसए में जितना भी कुछ हो रहा है उसमें इनका बहुत ज्यादा कंट्रीब्यूशन होता है, बहुत प्रोएक्टिवली काम करते हैं। और हम आपस में बात करते हैं तो चेतन जी और अभिषेक जी दो स्तंभों की तरह है आईडीएसए के, जो कि बहुत प्रोएक्टिवली, जब हमने वेबिनार सीरीज भी शुरू की तो इन्होंने इतनी जल्दी जल्दी इन सारी चीजों को एक मूर्त रूप दिया कि मैं खुद भी थोड़ा सा अचंभित रहा। तो बहुत ही जबरदस्त है। मैं चाहूंगा कि चेतन जी थोड़ी सी आपको बात बताएं, अपने आईडीएसए के बारे में भी 2 शब्द ये जरूर बताएं अभी। चेतन जी, ओवर टू यू।
Thank you, Dr. Kant. And I can see quite a few people are raising that we should also speak in English. So don't worry, it's gonna be mix of English as well as Hindi. और जैसा कि डॉक्टर कांत ने बताया, शोलिनी यूनिवर्सिटी और आईडीएसए ने ये एक ज्वाइंट प्रयास किया है आप तक पहुंचाने के लिए उन सभी सवालों के जवाब, an answer to provide all queries that you may have had for years regarding the concept of direct selling. तो मेरी आपसे विनती रहेगी, सातों वेबिनार जरूर अटेंड कीजिएगा, आपको बहुत अच्छी जानकारी मिलेगी। आईडीएसए के बारे में मैं इतना कहना चाहूँगा, इट वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड ऑलमोस्ट 25 इयर्स बैक। आईडीएसए की उत्पत्ति और इंडिया में डायरेक्ट सेलिंग की उत्पत्ति आप कह सकते हैं लगभग साथ साथ ही हुई थी। तो वी आर प्राउड टू हैव member companies who actually laid the foundation of direct selling business in India. Now, what makes IDSA different from others? IDSA इंडिया में इकलौती ऐसी एसोसिएशन है which is affiliated to the World Federation of Direct Selling Associations, which is headquartered in Washington DC, USA. नाउ इससे होता क्या है, बिकॉज हमारे पास वर्ल्ड फेडरेशन की एसोसिएशन है और इसके अलावा दुनिया के तकरीबन 70 और देश हैं जहां पे उनकी रिस्पेक्टिव एसोसिएशंस की भी वर्ल्ड फेडरेशन से एसोसिएशन है. So by virtue of our relation with WFDSA, we get access to best practices and knowledge sharing from over 70 countries around the world. इंडिया में क्योंकि अभी डायरेक्ट सेलिंग का लॉ मेकिंग इज इन द प्रोसेस, सो दैट इज व्हाई वी आर एबल टू कंट्रीब्यूट वेरी इफेक्टिवली. हम दुनिया भर में जितनी भी वर्ल्ड की बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस हैं हम उनको भारतीय सरकार के साथ साझा करते हैं. हम उनको दूसरे देशों का एग्जांपल देके समझा सकते हैं. और बाकी मैं बिफोर आई हैंड ओवर अगेन बैक टू डॉक्टर खान, लास्ट ईयर सितंबर 25 को आईडीएसए का एनुअल सर्वे लॉन्च हुआ था जिसमें हमारे माननीय फाइनेंस वित्त राज्य मंत्री अनुराग सिंह ठाकुर जी ने उसको अनवील किया था. एंड दैट टाइम ही हैज गिवन ऑल ऑफ अस डायरेक्ट सेलिंग फ्रेटर्निटी. नाउ व्हेन आई से डायरेक्ट सेलिंग फ्रेटर्निटी, मैं सिर्फ कंपनीज को एड्रेस नहीं कर रहा, आई एम एड्रेसिंग इवन द इंडिविजुअल डायरेक्ट सेलर्स who are viewing us right now. We all have to work hard. India is currently at number 19th in global direct selling sales. And let us join hands, let us work hard. In next 10 years, we have to see India right there in the top 3. So back to you, Dr. Khan. These thoughts?
So great thoughts, चेतन जी. और मैं कई बार जैसे जो आपने बात की कि WFDSA और IDSA की, तो मैं बहुत बार इसको रिलेट करता हूँ जो हमारा BCCI और ICC है. तो कई बार बहुत बार क्या होता है कि बहुत सारी कुछ और बोर्ड्स भी यहाँ पर शुरू हुए थे. आपको ध्यान होगा जब IPL शुरू हुआ था उससे पहले एक ICL शुरू हो गया था, तो उसमें भी बहुत नामी ग्रामी क्रिकेटर्स थे, लेकिन वो चल नहीं पाया क्योंकि वो मतलब ICC से नहीं था रिलेटेड. और बिकॉज BCCI इज लाइक अ सब बॉडी ऑफ ICC, दैट्स व्हाई. सो एक लीगल जिसको हम बोल सकते हैं रेगुलेटरी बॉडी जो कि सही मायने में रेगुलेट कर रही है डायरेक्ट सेलिंग इंडस्ट्री को इस समय, तो उसमें कोई शक नहीं है कि IDSA से ऊपर कोई बात नहीं कर सकते डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के ऊपर. और मैं आपसे इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहूंगा अपने एस्टीम्ड पैनलिस्ट्स को. तो सबसे पहले हम बात करेंगे जितेंद्र जिगोता जी की, जो कि डायरेक्टर है लीगल और गवर्नमेंट अफेयर्स के एवॉन ब्यूटी प्रोडक्ट्स में. और एवॉन, जिन लोगों को पता नहीं है उनको मैं थोड़ा सा जानकारी दे दूं कि इट स्टार्टेड वे बैक इन 1884, 1884 में शुरू हुई. और एवॉन वो कंपनी है जिसने की डायरेक्ट सेलिंग की गिफ्ट दी दुनिया को. तो एवॉन जैसी एक लेजेंडरी कंपनी में काम करते हैं जितेंद्र जी, और एसोसिएट मेंबर्स हैं ये इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कंपनी सेक्रेटरी ऑफ इंडिया के, और साथ ही ये एक क्वालिफाइड चार्टर्ड सेक्रेटरी भी है ICSA लंदन से. दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से इन्होंने वकालत की है. एंड ही हैज अ प्रोफेशनल एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ अबाउट 16 years इन कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड स्ट्रेंथनिंग एंड लीगल एक्यूमेन while working with companies like HFCL, Barista Coffee और बहुत सारी नामी ग्रामी कंपनियों के साथ इन्होंने काम किया. तो जितेंद्र जी स्वागत है आपका इस पैनल के अंदर. हम truly we feel blessed that you are a part of the panel and on the right there on the beginning on the first episode of this direct talk. And the second eminent panelist on our panel is Mr. Shyam Sundar, who is the Chief Marketing Officer of a very like rapidly growing, very fastly growing Indian company which is like Blue Life Marketing Private Limited. और मैंने बहुत नाम सुना है ब्लू लाइफ का, और उसमें ये चीफ मार्केटिंग ऑफिसर है. 18 साल से ऊपर का इनका एक्सपीरियंस है इसी फील्ड में, सेल्स में, मार्केटिंग में. बहुत सारी जगह इन्होंने स्पीयर हेड किया है बहुत सारी मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज को, बहुत सारे इंडिया में, मलेशिया में, सिंगापुर में. और बहुत जबरदस्त इनका एनालिसिस होता है, इनको एनालिसिस के लिए इनको जाना जाता है. तो श्याम जी आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है इस फर्स्ट डायरेक्ट टॉक के अंदर. थर्ड इन द सीरीज इज मिस्टर प्रांजल, एंड वी हैड अ वंडरफुल टॉक यस्टरडे आल्सो. एंड प्रांजल जी से जब मैं मिला और मैंने इनका क्योंकि इनका एक जो बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपर्टीज है वो इन्होंने वो है डायरेक्ट सेलिंग की गाइडलाइंस के ऊपर. और यस्टरडे वी वर डिस्कसिंग अ प्रेजेंटेशन एंड I was amazed to see the depth of the presentation and the details which he has. तो प्रांजल जी को भी तकरीबन 20 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है. और सबसे बड़ी बात इनके बारे में यह है कि इन्हें एक्सपीरियंस सिर्फ कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड का ही नहीं है, इन्हें एक्सपीरियंस एज अ कंज्यूमर ऑल्सो, इन्हें एक्सपीरियंस एज अ डायरेक्ट सेलर ऑल्सो, इन्हें एक्सपीरियंस एज अ कॉर्पोरेट ऑल्सो, और इन्हें एक्सपीरियंस एज अ कंसल्टेंट ऑल्सो. बहुत सारी डायरेक्ट सेलिंग कंपनीज हैं जो प्रांजल जी से कंसल्टेंसी लेती हैं. तो आई एम श्योर कि इनके अनुभव से हम लोग फायदा उठाएंगे आज. एंड प्रांजल जी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका, एंड इट्स ग्रेट टू हैव यू इन द पैनल. एंड finally, we'll move on to one of the most popular figures in direct selling industry, and we are talking about Debashish ji, and देवादा इनको बोला जाता है प्यार से. And हमने जब ये वेबिनार का जो कोलेटरल हमने जब ये IDSA के ऊपर डाला, IDSA फेसबुक के ऊपर डाला, and he was the one who I could see there were a lot of comments which says like welcome Devada, oh it would be Devada, it's great to have you, and so बहुत पॉपुलर है ये, सीनियर कंसल्टेंट है स्ट्रेटेजी मार्केट में, और जिलियन लाइफ में ये एसोसिएटेड है, जिलियन लाइफ ग्लोबल प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के साथ एसोसिएटेड है. सबसे बड़ी बात इनके बारे में ये है कि जो अपकमिंग ट्रेंड है फील्ड्स के, विच इज लाइक ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी और टेक्नोलॉजी ऑन द होल, उसके ये एक्सपर्ट है. इनसे हम वो वाला एंगल भी थोड़ा सा समझेंगे. तो आप, स्वागत है आपका देवादा. जैसे आपको प्यार से बोलते हैं, हम भी आपको देवादा ही. विल ट्राई टू लाइक कीप ऑन विद व्हाट यू हैव बीन हियरिंग, राइट? सो ये सारा हमारे पैनल के बारे में है, और मैं आपको इस सीरीज का थोड़ा सा एक जो बेसिक मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि ये सीरीज हमने शुरू क्यों की थी. हमने जैसे शुरू में बात की, दिस सीरीज इज देयर टू प्रोवाइड क्रेडिबिलिटी टू द डायरेक्ट सेलिंग इंडस्ट्री. ऐसा नहीं है कि डायरेक्ट सेलिंग को क्रेडिबिलिटी नहीं है. डायरेक्ट सेलिंग हैज एस्टेब्लिश्ड इटसेल्फ एज अ ग्रेट इंडस्ट्री. इट हैज अ ग्रेट पोटेंशियल. लेकिन जैसा अभी आपको जितेंद्र जी ने भी बताया, तो चेतन जी ने बताया कि अब अगर हम बात करें इंडिया की, तो 130 करोड़ लोगों की पॉपुलेशन, सो अ पॉपुलेशन ऑफ 130 करोड़ and a turnover of 13,000 crores, which is in no ways a small like turnover, but still if we compare it with the turnover of China, wherein there is like the population of 140 crores and the turnover is 2.5 lakh crores. We compare it with US, wherein the population is again around 40 crores and the turnover is 2.5 crores. So it's like 20 times that of India, with a population 1/3 of India, और 1/4 एक्चुअली. तो ऐसा क्या है कि हिंदुस्तान में अभी तक हम वहां नहीं पहुंच पाए जहां पर ये इंडस्ट्री पहुंचना डिजर्व करती है. तो उसी के लिए हमने आज का ये वेबिनार सीरीज शुरू किया, और आज का वेबिनार हमारा बिल्कुल बेसिक है. हमारा वेबिनार का जो आज नाम है आपने पढ़ा होगा, ऑल अबाउट डायरेक्ट सेलिंग. हम बेसिक से स्टार्ट करेंगे कि डायरेक्ट सेलिंग क्या है, और डायरेक्ट सेलिंग क्या है, और ये कैसे डिफरेंट है. जो हम बात करते हैं, हम दुकान से सामान लाते हैं, यहां से लाते हैं, जो ट्रेडिशनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, ट्रेडिशनल मिडलमैन डोमिनेटेड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम जिसको हम बोलते हैं, सप्लाई चेन जिसको बोलते हैं, राइट, ट्रेडिशनल सप्लाई चेन, उससे ये कैसे अलग है. तो इस बारे में मैं इनवाइट करना चाहूंगा जितेंद्र जगोता जी को, क्योंकि उनसे बेहतर इस बात को कोई नहीं बता सकता. तो जितेंद्र जी, थोड़ा हमारे जो जितने भी हमारे दर्शक हैं जो फेसबुक पे देख रहे हैं या जो जूम पे देख रहे हैं, सबसे पहले तो हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि डायरेक्ट सेलिंग क्या है और ये कैसे अलग है बाकी चीजों से.
So thank you very much, Dr. Kamal, and thanks for the wonderful introduction as well. तो जैसा कि आपने बताया कि वर्ल्ड वाइड इतने सारा इसका मतलब जो टर्नओवर है आजकल डायरेक्ट सेलिंग का, और इंडिया में अभी वी आर वेरी स्मॉल इन टर्म्स ऑफ टोटल टर्नओवर. तो देयर इज लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी इन इंडिया so far as direct selling is concerned. So instead of just looking at why we are not able to reach to that level, let's look this in a very positive manner. Yes, there is great potential, there is great opportunity here with all of us in India to capture, and hence taking the direct selling to the newer height. तो अगर हम बात करें डायरेक्ट सेलिंग की, तो मुझे याद है अगर आप थोड़ा सा बैक हिस्ट्री में जाएं, तो हम जब पुराने टाइम पे जब थे अपने, तो कई बार घर पे बर्तन वाले आते थे. वो क्या करते थे, स्टील के बर्तन या प्लास्टिक के बड़े बड़े यूटेंसिल्स देते थे और बदले में कुछ पुराने कपड़े या कुछ लेके चले जाते थे. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर दोज डेज. तो अब जब मैं रिकॉल करता हूं, तो मुझे लगता है कि वो भी एक तरीका था डायरेक्ट सेलिंग का, जहां पर डायरेक्टली आकर आपको अपने घर में सामान बेचा जाता था. उसके बाद धीरे धीरे हमने देखा कुछ और कंपनीज के सेल्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, दे आल्सो स्टार्टेड कमिंग टू आवर हाउसेस एंड दे वर सेलिंग sometime as a barter system and sometime in exchange of money. तो इस तरह से धीरे धीरे हमने जो डायरेक्ट सेलिंग को एक फॉर्मल, जिसे कहते हैं, फॉर्मेट दिया. वो एक वे बैक इन 1886 as Dr. Kamal mentioned that Avon has started this concept of direct selling and they came out with a compensation plan. टू मेक इट लिटिल मोर फॉर्मल इन नेचर। तो 1886 में ये स्टार्ट हुआ और धीरे 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 ये काफी सारे लोग इसके साथ जुड़ते चले गए। तो ये एक अभियान की तरह पूरे मतलब इस पूरे वर्ल्ड के अंदर स्प्रेड होने लगा इस तरह का कंपनसेशन पैकेज या जो डायरेक्ट सेलिंग एज ए कॉन्सेप्ट, एंड लॉट मेनी कंपनीज देन कम अप विद देयर ओन प्रोडक्ट। तो अब ये इतने बड़ा जब हम देख रहे हैं कि अभियान शुरू हुआ, उसके बाद धीरे धीरे टेक्नोलॉजी भी एडवांस होती चली गई। तो टुडे विद सो मेनी सोशल टेक्नोलॉजी, आज की डेट में सबके सब लोग सोशल मीडिया यूज करते हैं, किसी ना किसी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पर हैं, चाहे वो इंस्टाग्राम हो या फिर वो फेसबुक हो, व्हाट्सएप हो, हर जगह स्टार्टिंग में ये सब स्टार्ट हुआ विद सम मैसेजिंग एंड ऑल। नाउ दैट हैज आल्सो कम इनटू अ मेन फ्रेम ऑफ बिजनेस, पीपल हैव स्टार्टेड डूइंग बिजनेस। तो इस सोशल टेक्नोलॉजी से नाउ मोर एंड मोर पीपल आर गेटिंग कनेक्टेड, so which means there is more opportunities even for direct selling over here। तो अब ये एक्चुअली है क्या, मतलब ठीक है इतने सारे लोग जुड़ते जा रहे हैं इसके साथ। तो अगर हम देखें डायरेक्ट सेलिंग का इंडिया में पहले कोई डिफाइंड इसका कोई ऐसा डेफिनेशन नहीं था, लेकिन वी ऑल नो कि रिसेंटली 2016 के अंदर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंज्यूमर अफेयर एंड द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ दे हैव अनाउंस्ड और दे हैव इनफैक्ट नोटिफाइड डायरेक्ट सेलिंग गाइडलाइंस, जहां पर पहली बार एक फर्म इंडिया को एक डेफिनेशन मिली। तो अगर हम उस डेफिनेशन की बात करें इन टर्म्स ऑफ लीगल डेफिनेशन ऑफ डायरेक्ट सेलिंग, इट मींस मार्केटिंग, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एंड सेल ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज एज पार्ट ऑफ नेटवर्क ऑफ डायरेक्ट सेलर अदर देन अंडर ए पिरामिड स्कीम। अब ये पिरामिड स्कीम क्या है, इसके बारे में हम बाद में चर्चा करेंगे व्हाइल वी आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दिस सेमिनार। लेकिन साथ साथ उन्होंने ये भी बताया कि ये जो हम डायरेक्ट सेल करते हैं, इसमें the sale happens otherwise than through a permanent retail location and directly to the consumer, to their homes or at their workplace through explanation and demonstration of goods and services at a particular place। तो अब अगर हम देखें इसके अंदर simply put in direct selling क्या है, it's a person to person sale, one on one sale। एक बंदा दूसरे बंदे के पास जाता है और उसको डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं उसके बारे में पूरा एक्सप्लेन किया जाता है, पूरा डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दिया जाता है, और उसके बाद अगर दूसरे बंदे को समझ में कुछ आता है कि हाँ भाई ये प्रोडक्ट सच में यूजफुल है एंड आई कैन बाय, देन दैट पर्सन बायज द प्रोडक्ट। अब होता क्या है कि इन दिस प्रोसेस देयर इज a possibility the other person may not buy this and there are many people who will buy those products। तो इस प्रोसेस के अंदर हमारा एक इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप भी डेवलप होता है, क्योंकि ये 1-to-1 है। तो इसके अंदर जो हमारा रिलेशन विद इंडिविजुअल है, जो एक ह्यूमन एंगल है, वो भी एक उभर के आता है कि हम कितना फ्रेंडली उनके साथ बात करते हैं। क्योंकि कई बार अगर हमने मान लो एक बार कुछ प्रोडक्ट दिखाए, उनको नहीं समझ में आए, पर वो ये याद रखेंगे कि हाँ भी एक बंदा आया था, उसने हमको कुछ प्रोडक्ट के बारे में बताया, तो हो सकता है कुछ टाइम बाद वो हमको उसके लिए अप्रोच करे। स्टार्टिंग में तो हम क्या करते हैं, अपने फ्रेंड्स और रिलेटिव के पास जाते हैं, उनको बताते हैं कि हाँ ऐसे ऐसे हम किसी एक डायरेक्ट सेलिंग कंपनी के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं और ये उनके प्रोडक्ट हैं। तो वो कई बार उन फेस वैल्यू भी खरीद लेते हैं। लेकिन धीरे धीरे धीरे, क्योंकि जब हम एक्चुअल बिजनेस फॉर्मेट में आ जाते हैं, जब एक्चुअल हमें बिजनेस करना होता है इसके अंदर, उस टाइम देन वी स्टार्ट अप्रोचिंग इवन द नेक्स्ट लेवल बियॉन्ड फ्रेंड्स एंड रिलेटिव। तो इस तरह से हमारा एक नेटवर्क, एक हमारा जो एक होता है ना कि एक एक्सपेंशन होता है हमारी लाइफ का, जिसमें हम और भी काफी सारे लोगों से जुड़ते चले जाते हैं। तो अब क्या होता है उस प्रोसेस के अंदर, जैसे मैंने बताया, कुछ लोग खरीदते हैं, कुछ लोग नहीं भी खरीदते, लेकिन कुछ लोगों को प्रोडक्ट इतने अच्छे लगते हैं, उनको लगता है यार ये प्रोडक्ट तो मैं भी बेच सकता हूँ, क्योंकि कुछ तो इसके अंदर यूएसपी है, कुछ तो इसके अंदर यूनिकनेस है। तो वो उस प्रोडक्ट को फिर बेचने के लिए आपसे इंक्वायरी करना शुरू कर दे कि यार ये कैसे मैं भी इस तरह का बिजनेस कर सकता हूँ। सो देयर लाइज अनदर अपॉर्चुनिटी। पहली वाली जो हम अपॉर्चुनिटी की बात करें, जहां पर हम 1-to-1 सेल कर रहे हैं एक डायरेक्ट सेलर, वो डायरेक्ट सेलर क्या करता है, कंपनी से उसने प्रोडक्ट खरीदे किसी एक पर्टिकुलर रेट पे, और फिर आगे जाके जब कंज्यूमर को बेचा तो कुछ उसका मार्जिन होता है, वो उसका एक प्रॉफिट धीरे धीरे बनता चला जाता है। जितने ज्यादा लोगों को वो प्रोडक्ट बेचेंगे उतना उनका प्रॉफिट बढ़ता चला जाएगा, वो उनका एक इनकम स्ट्रीम हो गया। दूसरा हो गया, जब इस तरह के लोग मिलते हैं जो खुद भी बिजनेस करना चाहते हैं, तो उस टाइम डायरेक्ट सेलर को उनको अपना एज ए कंपटीशन ही देखना चाहिए। उसमें एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि हाँ कि इनको भी मुझे अपने साथ जोड़ना है। जब वो उनके साथ जुड़ जाते हैं तो वो जो नीचे जुड़े हैं उनके साथ, जिनको हम डाउनलाइन बोलते हैं, डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के बिजनेस की अगर हम भाषा यूज करें तो उनको हम बोलते हैं कि उन्होंने अपना एक डाउनलाइन बना लिया। तो वो डाउनलाइन जब सेल करते हैं आगे प्रोडक्ट की, उस सेल की कुछ परसेंटेज जो मेरा जो मैंने बनाया डाउनलाइन, तो मुझे उसमें भी कमीशन मिलनी शुरू हो जाती है। तो इस तरह से आप काफी सारे डाउनलाइन अपने नीचे बना सकते हो। जो आप डायरेक्ट अपने नीचे बनाते हो उसको हम बोलते हैं फर्स्ट जनरेशन। वो लोग आगे फर्दर अपने नीचे बनाते हैं तो वो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन बनते चले जाते हैं। और हर कंपनी का अपना अपना प्लान होता है। प्लान के मुताबिक आपको उस जो डिफरेंट जनरेशन की जो सेल हो रही है उसके ऊपर भी हमको इनकम होनी शुरू हो जाती है एज ए कमीशन। तो इस तरह से ये जो एक बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी की अगर हम बात करें, इसके अंदर हमको जो डायरेक्ट सेलर होते हैं वो जब इनके ऊपर वर्क करते हैं अपने नीचे वाले डाउनलाइन के ऊपर कि उनका भी बिजनेस आगे एडवांस हो, तो उनको और उसके अंदर इनकम होनी शुरू हो जाती है। तो हमने देखा इसके अंदर देयर आर टू स्ट्रीम ऑफ अर्निंग इनकम। एक तो है कि आपने जो मार्जिन से इनकम की, प्रोडक्ट लिया और बेच दिया और उसमें जो भी मार्जिन बचा वो आपकी कमाई होगी। और दूसरा, आपने जो नीचे अपने डाउनलाइन बनाए हैं उनसे जो सेल हो रही है उस पूरी सेल का भी कुछ परसेंटेज आपको एज ए कमीशन मिलता चला जाता है। तो जितने ज्यादा हम इसके अंदर अपना एफर्ट्स लगाते हैं एज ए डायरेक्ट सेलर, उतनी ज्यादा हमारी इसमें इनकम होती चली जाती है। और हर कंपनी का कुछ मोरलेस मोटा मोटा सेम प्लान रहता है, पर कुछ उसके अंदर चेंजेस भी होते हैं कि उसका क्या कंपनसेशन प्लान है। लेकिन अब इस पूरे प्रोसेस में अगर हम देखें, क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो डायरेक्ट सेलर हैं, इट्स वेरी इजी फॉर एनी पर्सन टू ज्वाइन एज ए डायरेक्ट सेलिंग बिजनेस, क्योंकि कोई एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन की जरूरत नहीं है, ना ही कोई आपको कोई मैनेजमेंट का कोर्स करना है या कुछ करना है। कोई भी इंसान, एनी पर्सन कैन ज्वाइन दिस वेरी इजीली। हाँ, उसको ये समझ में आना चाहिए कि प्रोडक्ट क्या है जो उनको बेचना है, कंपनसेशन प्लान क्या है, वो उसको क्लियरली पता होना चाहिए बिफोर दे स्टार्ट द बिजनेस। तो स्टार्टिंग द बिजनेस ऑफ डायरेक्ट सेलिंग इज नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि इसमें बहुत ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट की भी जरूरत नहीं है। कोई भी बंदा एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहता है या कोई अपना सेल्फ, जिसे कहते हैं ना हम सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड हैं, या कुछ अपना बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना चाहते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है डायरेक्ट सेलिंग इज द मोस्ट अप्रोप्रिएट एंड मोस्ट इजी बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी, क्योंकि इट्स वेरी
ग्रेट सर, ग्रेट।
पर्सन कैन जॉइन दिस बिजनेस।
बहुत बढ़िया। मैं चाहूंगा कि श्याम जी या देवादा कुछ ऐड करना चाहेंगे इसमें थोड़ा सा। सर ने बहुत ब्यूटीफुली जितेंद्र जी हैज एक्सप्लेन्ड।
I would like to add, Dr. Kamal, it was wonderful because much such experienced person like Jitendra ji bold, so it's clear-cut explanation. But right. What inspires me about direct selling company का जो खूबी है, अगर आप देखे जाएंगे, हर एक genuine direct selling company, every sale is captured in the system, because वो sale capture इसलिए करना पड़ता है कि उनको commission देना है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है। So it means every direct selling company is compliant with the GST or whatever statutory requirement. They cannot do any other than capturing the sale in this system. Now,
सही बात आपने बोली सर।
so in the process of paying the commission, again, because it is digital mode, the distributors or the direct seller has to have a bank account, PAN card, all these things. So from end to end, from the company's point of view, from the legal point of view, from the distributor point of view, the end to end is perfectly clean and the best, which no other conventional business can match direct selling.
Exactly, sir. So this actually goes with our national objective also of like digital India. Correct. Because why are we moving towards digital India? Because we want to move away from unorganized retail to organized retail. Very true. And because organized retail is a very, very small part of our retail system in India. So direct selling, of course, is a way wherein everything is accounted for. हर एक चीज वहां पर काउंट होती है। देवादा और प्रांजल जी अगर फटाफट से
I just wanted to quickly add 10-second point is that, see, for a new person who is understanding direct selling as an industry, the biggest point or the biggest motivating factor for me is the concept of inclusive growth. So unlike in a traditional setup, if a founder makes 100 crores, it is 100 crores for that founder. But in case a direct selling company makes 100 crores, probably 30 or 40 people become crorepati in the process. And in the process, probably hundreds of people become lakpati. So that concept of inclusive growth is what is the driving force going forward in India as well as globally.
Surely, sir. Very, very It's a very well taken point. It's a great point, right? So because we always say that probably network marketing or direct selling, because network marketing is one of the biggest like chunk of direct selling. So network marketing has contributed too much. Like, so there are so many millionaires, as you rightly said, that in a company, if a person becomes a crorepati, owner of a company, so he becomes a crorepati himself. But in a network marketing company, in the process, he makes more crorepatis. So inclusive growth is one great point. Pranjal ji, if you would like to contribute your bit.
No, it's good enough. It's good enough for now.
Perfect, sir. Perfect, sir. So we move on to the next question, and the question is from our marketing stalwart. So Shyam ji से हम ये बात करेंगे, और जितेंद्र जी ने बड़ी खूबसूरती से he talked about like the money that comes in. We talked about compensation plans. So श्याम जी आपसे जानना चाहेंगे कि ये जो सोर्स ऑफ इनकम क्या है? हम बोलते हैं कि करोड़पति बन रहे हैं, देबादा ने भी अभी बोला कि करोड़पति बन रहे हैं. There are people who go on to make millions through direct selling. So what is the source of income? कहाँ से आ रहा है पैसा? और बहुत बार डायरेक्ट सेलिंग पे इल्जाम लगाया जाता है कि मेंबर मेकिंग स्कीम है और लोगों की जेब से पैसा डालो, अपनी जेब में डालो. तो क्या दूसरे की जेब से अपनी जेब में आ रहा है? मतलब मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि what is and what are the various compensation plan? किस तरीके से कंपनी पैसा देती है? हम इसमें नहीं पढ़ेंगे कि कौन से अच्छा है, कौन सा बुरा है ना, लेकिन हम ये बात जरूर करना चाहेंगे कि कौन कौन से वेरियस कंपनसेशन प्लान है, किसका क्या प्रो है, किसका क्या कौन है ना, किसमें क्या बेनिफिट्स है, किसमें क्या नहीं.
Certainly. First of all, I would like to thank you, IDSA and the Shulni University for taking such a wonderful initiative to creating the awareness for the direct sellers as well as for the industry itself. So answering to the first point, direct selling में the compensation plan का मतलब है कि जो भी कमीशन बन रहा है उसको एक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है, और उस डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने का एक मेथड को हम कॉम्पनसेशन प्लान बोलते हैं. अभी कॉम्पनसेशन प्लान में बहुत सारे कॉम्पनसेशन प्लान है, यू नो देयर इज अ ह्यूज नंबर ऑफ कॉम्पनसेशन प्लान, लेकिन उधर में नहीं जाऊंगा, लेकिन बेसिक कैटेगरी में समझा सकता हूं कि जहां साधारण रूप में
श्याम सर थोड़ा सा ब्रेक कर रहे हैं शायद.
सो वन कैटेगरी इज
seems to be some issue.
श्याम जी थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल इशू आ रहा है आपके एंड पे, मुझे लग रहा है.
It's quite cloudy over here.
We'll just wait for 1 minute and we'll move on otherwise.
In the meanwhile, I'd just like to add जो जितेंद्र सर ने अभी हमारे साथ बातचीत साझा करी थी, मैं हमारे सारे व्यूअर्स को बताना चाहूंगा, जो आपने सुना ये 20 साल के एक्सपीरियंस का निचोड़ था. ये जानकारी इतनी साधारण शब्दों में आप कितना भी गूगल सर्च कर लीजिए आपको नहीं मिलेगी. So we are all, in fact, I'm as a general manager of the association, I am considering myself very fortunate कि मेरे को आज यहाँ पर बैठ के सारी जानकारी सुनने को मिल रही है. I think Shyamji has joined us again.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, I think I was mute or something like that.
No, it was like technical failures and we cannot help it. Like
yes.
Can never be foolproof. So welcome back, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I was just talking about, yes, I was talking about the marketing plan. There are, I will talk about the three categories. Probably one is popularly known as the binary plan, which is depth में infinity है, लेकिन width में पाबंदी है, 2 के ऊपर नहीं जा सकते. दूसरा कैटेगरी है उसको हम मैट्रिक्स प्लान बोलते हैं, जहां पे विड्थ में भी कैटेगरी है और डेप्थ में भी लिमिटेशंस है, जहां पे विड्थ आप 3x5 बोलते हैं या 5x7 बोलते हैं, इसको मैट्रिक्स प्लान बोलते हैं. और द थर्ड कैटेगरी ऑफ मार्केटिंग प्लान विच इज कॉल्ड एज ए यूनिलेवल प्लान, जहां पे विड्थ में जितना भी विड्थ आप जा सकते हैं, जितना भी आप स्पॉन्सर खोल सकते हैं, सो विड्थ में कोई भी पाबंदी नहीं है, यू कैन स्पॉन्सर एनी नंबर ऑफ पीपल. बट डेप्थ में 2 टाइप का कैटेगरी होता है. एक कुछ कंपनी लेवल के ऊपर पैसे बांटते हैं, दैट मींस द कमीशंस इज बेस्ड ऑन सर्टेन लेवल्स. आप इतना तक लेवल में ही आप पैसे ले सकते हैं या कमीशन आपको मिलेंगे. और कुछ कंपनी बोलते हैं कि विड्थ में भी अनलिमिटेड है, डेप्थ में भी इन्फिनिटी दे सकते हैं, लेकिन एक परसेंटेज फिक्स कर देते हैं कि चलो 20%, जहां पे वो 20% ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम इट इज कॉल्ड एज ए ब्रेक अवे प्लान, जहां पे डिफरेंशियल बोनस मिलता है और साथ साथ बट अगेन इट इज कैलकुलेटेड ऑन दी अनलिमिटेड डेप्थ. So, but again, coming back to the most important question, it is not the marketing plan. Marketing plan is just a mere method to distribute the commission. The most important question and the most beautiful question which you asked is the source of income.
Income. Yeah.
Now, coming to the source of income for a direct seller and for the company itself has to be only one, and their core activity has to be only one and one, that is the sale of goods. Nothing other than that. There should be a sale of goods. For example, the company has, let's say, 100 distributors, overall direct sellers, and all maybe 50 direct sellers contributing to a total sale of, let's say, 1 lakh. Now that is the total turnover for the company. Now this 1 lakh has to be distributed. How much कितना वो बांटना चाहते हैं वो कंपनी का प्लान के ऊपर निर्भर है, और उस सेल के वजह से ही वो डायरेक्ट सेलर को भी कमीशन मिलते हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन द कॉम्पेंसेशन प्लान. Now having said this, as you mentioned the third point, कुछ लोग पूछते हैं कि कहां से आते हैं. That is where there is a thin line from a direct selling and an investment. When the source of income is from sale of goods, it becomes genuine direct selling company. If the source of income is from a promise, then it becomes an investment. For example, I'll give you a very simple example, Dr. Kamal. For example, I come and say, Dr. Kamal, I'm a company, X company है, we are planning to invest. आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, आपको 100 अंडा खरीदना है. 100 अंडा खरीदना है, लेकिन 3 महीने के बाद जब ये मुर्गी बन जाएगा तब देयर इज अ परसीव्ड वैल्यू, उसको हम बेच के आपको इतना पैसे वापस कर देंगे. नाउ दिस इज, देयर इज नो सेल, इफेक्टिव सेल हैपनिंग, देयर इज ओनली अ प्रॉमिस. सो प्रॉमिस का मतलब है कि आप आज पैसे डालिए लेकिन फ्यूचर में आपको मिलेंगे. मुर्गा हो सकता है, कुछ कंपनी बोलते हैं कि हमने एग्रीकल्चर फार्मिंग कर रहे हैं और उस फार्मिंग में एक पेड़ लगाएंगे और वो पेड़ बड़ा होगा, वो टीकवुड हो सकता है, 20 साल के बाद इतना रिटर्न्स मिलेंगे. सो दिस इज वेयर, बट दे आर यूजिंग द सेम मार्केटिंग प्लान. Believe me that they are using the same compensation plan, but the people are not able to understand the difference. So the direct selling company means the source of income can be, should be, and only called as the sale of goods. उसके अलावा कंपनी का भी प्राइमरी एक्टिविटी या डायरेक्ट सेलर का भी प्राइमरी एक्टिविटी, इसका अलावा और कुछ होना ही नहीं चाहिए. So बहुत सारा,
very beautifully explained, sir.
So there are other things also which people should understand. So promise means, one is promise of future, second is a promise saying that आप again having some products, कुछ कंपनी के पास अच्छे प्रोडक्ट भी होते हैं लेकिन वो बोलेंगे कि आप 10,000 का या 5-10,000 का या प्रोडक्ट लीजिएगा, उसके बाद आपको एक फिक्स्ड रिटर्न मंथली आपको इतना मिलेंगे. That is also a promise.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
is also a promise. So but a direct seller should be well informed about this, and that is where the awareness like this will really help. So the direct seller can be inspired. वो इंस्पायर हो सकता है कि एक अच्छा सा मार्केटिंग प्लान देख के, उसका इंसेंटिव प्रोग्राम देख के वो जुड़ सकता है, क्योंकि उसमें अच्छा करियर दिखता है, अच्छा इनकम दिख सकता है. बट again coming back, the primary activity of the company, the entity, and the direct seller should be, and one the activity of generating sale or the sale of goods. Again, the sale of goods should have, the goods should have a value, where that value is perceived value should be there for that particular goods, wherein there is an end consumer who is participating or not participating in the compensation plan, is willing to pay the money happily and be happy as a consumer or as participating as a distributor. That's
very
all.
Beautifully said, sir. Very beautifully said, sir. And this is actually the crux of direct selling, because generally आप जैसे आपने बोला कि सेल के ऊपर पैसा मिलेगा, है ना, मतलब लोगों को बनाने के ऊपर. People have a misunderstanding, and this is a misconception worldwide, that
Yes.
people, how many people you get into your network is what is going to give you money, right? So wherein it actually has a secondary effect, but the primary effect will only come through sales of money. और एक आपने बहुत अच्छी जो बात बोली कि जो प्रॉमिस है, प्रॉमिस के ऊपर नहीं आना, है ना. मतलब अगर प्रोडक्ट, बहुत सारी कंपनीज, ऐसा मैंने ऐसे भी प्लान्स देखे हैं सर, आप लोगों ने भी सुना होगा, विल नॉट टेक एनी नेम ओवर हियर, but they come in the disguise of a product-based company, and then they say that you buy products for 2 lakh rupees, and then you'll get a 20,000 rupee return every month. And they were like, they were caught because they were fraudulent companies. And moving on with the same thing, so I would request Pranjal, because this is like a threat. So जो आपने भी अभी बात की कि कैसे हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि एक fraudulent company में और एक genuine company में क्या फर्क होता है, मतलब how do you differentiate between them? Because अगर मैं आपको अपनी बात बताऊं, 2002 I got associated with direct selling, और मैं आपको बता सकता हूं कि मैं जॉब छोड़ के आया था दिल्ली से, and I had no clue what I was going to do. I only understood that मैंने कुछ business करना है, और मुझे fortunately I got associated with a company which was a genuine company. Fortunately, I am saying why? Because I was looking for something. और मेरे पास कोई भी स्कीम भी आती, कुछ भी आता, मैं ज्वाइन करता. मैं आपको सीधी बात बता रहा हूँ, मतलब I had no clue कि डायरेक्ट सेलिंग क्या है क्या नहीं है, मैं ज्वाइन करता. Fortunately, by grace of God, I got associated with a good company. तो मैं जानना चाहूंगा कि एक आदमी जो हमारे इस वेबिनार को देख रहा है, उसको कैसे समझ में आए कि एक जेन्युइन कंपनी क्या है और एक फ्रॉडुलेंट कंपनी क्या होती है. तो इसके लिए there is no better person than Mr. Pranjal. He has worked so extensively on the legal framework that is being set, that is being accepted all across the states in India. So, Mr. Pranjal will dearly like to have your views on this.
Thank you, Doctor. Let me reiterate that direct selling is nothing but a form of retail. Now, as e-commerce is a business model or modern trade is a business model, direct selling is also. Now, why we got associated as Strategy India with direct selling? For a simple reason that we believe that direct selling or an opportunity is the best and the biggest antidote against two biggest diseases which mankind has. Not COVID 2019 and all that. I'm talking about empty pockets and empty minds. Yeah. Now, that is the major problem which lots of countries face, because ultimately the population who does not have any work or any money are liabilities to those countries. So direct selling is the best way to eradicate, slowly, but eradicate this. Now, during my 20 years career with direct selling, I have learned some few basics which help us to consult our clients, which is basically people join direct selling primarily. Yes, majority of people join for money. That is the reason for most of them. But I have also met, seen, and I've also worked with people who just wanted to visit new places. And that is the reason why they joined direct selling. Some people wanted to meet new people, socialize. That is the reason they joined direct selling. We met with lots of people who basically wanted to a chance to prove themselves. And what a better opportunity without investing anything than direct selling again. And then again, there are lots of people who have all the money and all, but just want to be appreciated, to be recognized in front of like thousands of people and all that. So there are various levels of people who join direct selling for various reasons. And the success is not always because of people have earned 1 lakh rupees or 1,000 rupees or 2,000. Success for a housewife or a homemaker can be as low as 1,000 rupees. That's success for her because she has earned something additional, what she was getting to take care of the home and all that. So success differs. So we should not actually measure everything by money in case people are associated with direct selling. In direct selling, we have seen over a period of time with our association, we have seen lots of people, the personality has developed. They are more extrovert. They are more outgoing. They are more confident to do other things also, other than direct selling and all that. So these are various benefits about direct selling. Now coming to what a genuine direct selling company should basically look at, or how does it look, which increases the chances of success for all stakeholders, direct sellers as well as the company. Now, first thing and the basic primary thing is the product, which needs to be there. That is understanding of your target audience. Because in case a direct selling company understands the target audience, it positions the product, the pricing, the packaging, the uniqueness as per the target audience. And then again, even the product, since we are competing with e-commerce, modern trade, and other forms of retail, the direct selling company ensures that these products are superior to other competition, not just to other direct selling companies. Because direct selling company, as per our database in Strategy India, there are roughly around 642 today, which are selling products. But equivalent to scams are more. But then again, I'll come to that. Now, second is the compensation plan, which basically, since Jitendra explained that the customers who, or the consumers who basically use the product turn into brand ambassadors. So anybody who has used a product becomes a brand ambassador and invests his time, money, energy in going to his friends and relatives and invest. So that's what he invests. So he needs to be
He's
rewarded.
actually putting he's putting his goodwill at stake also, right? So that's why
Exactly.
the point you mentioned is like the quality of the product should be exceptional, right? So that actually, right.
Yeah, exactly. So the compensation plan should ensure that whatever his efforts are being put up, goodwill is being invested, should be rewarded amply. Not that in case you have the entire 40% to distribute on the sale of product, you are distributing 30-35% on that, but it should be amply. The compensation plan should be like a career plan, that how in case a kid goes to a nursery, he gets a small pocket money and we teach him to save, and then he advances, goes to college. The pocket money is not the same. But in case in nursery, the pocket money is high, then the chances that he'll never make it to the colleges are even more. Then what we need to actually respect and honor, that a direct seller is basically an independent contractor or an independent business owner. Apart from being an independent business owner, he's a partner to a company, that without a direct seller who's also a consumer, who's also a brand ambassador, the company would not be successful. So the policies and the processes should be as simple so that he does not waste time in getting tied up in the processes of returning the product or pitching somebody or having any his queries sorted out and all that. Rather, the company should have the automation or IT infrastructure so that he invests time in making money by selling more products. Yeah, so these are the basic what direct selling companies should look at. Now, coming to the fraudulent MLM models. Now, fraudulent is what we call it, or unsustainable business models.
Yeah.
Now, as Shyam Sundar said, that yes, people get trapped in it for a simple reason, that the company's managing director or promoters or networkers do not approach the investors. Who approaches the investors? A relative or a friend, our friend. Now, in case these people are approaching us with an investment opportunities and all, I am trusting, or we tend to trust those people. We don't see what is the company or the website and all that.
Right.
So that is the reason why many people fall prey to fraudulent operations. And we are talking about MLM fraudulent operations. Now, in the last few weeks, which is 4 weeks odd, we have seen somewhere around 99% of companies, because every week our heads of research team detects about 20 new MLM operations, which means more than 20 operations MLM companies start up every week in India. Out of that, 99% are outright fraud. They don't have any product. So how to identify those companies? Now, as Shyam Sundar mentioned, that these companies promise income while doing nothing. As in, they give commitments, as in fixed return on investments on products. As you mentioned earlier, that there might be products, there might not be products. And there might be products which can be investments. Mostly these companies have virtual products where there is no logistic headache. So in case an investor gets stuck or the money is stuck, you cannot track back to the company or their. That is the reason why they have mostly got virtual products. Now, we have a negative product list on our website, which talks about currencies, cryptocurrencies, commodities, farming surveys, and exorbitantly priced training modules and all. Apart from there, the pyramid companies are like where you invest and products sold are not in primary discussion. So whenever a a investment company, canvasser or promoter approaches you, he won't not discuss the product in advance and in detail. So you don't have any details of what exactly are you investing in or what products are you purchasing. You go and buy into the opportunity. Now, just to summarize, because of the time shortage over here, how do you identify? Just quick checklist that as per our guidelines for direct selling in 2016, there are some points which we need to take into consideration while if somebody approaches us. One is there is no 30 days money back guarantee on any products or services as what direct selling would give. Okay, these companies make big claims without any substantial test certificates. Yeah, that is second. Second, you need to visit the website and see in case there is any missing or false information on the website. Okay, now most of the scam companies do not have compensation plan with illustrations on their websites, which means you are, once you are inside, you are Bhagwan Bharose. You don't know what are you going to get or whether you're going to get it or not. Second, company address and contact details in India might not be there or might be wrong. So that, and then again, as per the guidelines for direct selling, there needs to be a place where general public can register grievances. Yeah, which should be there. Then again, you need to avoid companies which give you fixed return on investments. The second thing is, which is very important, is these companies generally pay you in virtual currencies which are generated by them on Excel sheet. So to encash them, you need to actually join another investor and take cash from him. So the money isn't going. So they are paying out in virtual currency. Then as per the guidelines, identity cards need to be given to every direct seller, which is very important, which generally these scam companies do not do. Second, payouts on new registration. So in case you are getting new people in the network, you get paid. Then there is a mandatory purchase while joining. So in case you are joining a genuine direct selling company or a sustainable business model, does not want any money. It's just a form to be filled and all that. And finally, there is no GST invoice given on purchases of whatever is made. So this is a short where people can, which can help identify genuine direct selling companies from fraud companies.
Wow. Beautiful, sir. Beautifully explained, Pranjalji. And this is what we call Gagar Mein Sagar. And it was such a elaborate thing and very, very concisely explained. So I would just like to have a take of all the four other panelists also, starting with you, Chetan, of course. What is your take? A single line. What do you think about the differentiate? What differentiates a genuine direct selling from a fraud?
I absolutely second what Pranjal has said. Rather than as a panelist, as an audience, I would like this webinar to go on for another 1 or 2 hours, so that Pranjal and other panelists can share with us more details on this. And I'm sure Dr. Saab will plan some other time also.
So probably,
what I feel is actually there are very easy pointers. Common sense is something which is not very common. What you need to apply is common sense, and you can easily identify which is a genuine company, which is a legitimate company, and which is not. And it is very sad for us as an association to see that people falling prey to claims which look unsustainable at the surface, at the macro level. You don't even have to go to depths to see whether they will work or not. So that's why I'm saying keep your eyes open. जैसा श्याम जी ने कहा कि आपको egg promise करेंगे कि मुर्गियां मिलेंगी, ऐसा ना हो कि आपको आमलेट भी ना मिले उन eggs का. So please keep your eyes open, and I hand it back to you, sir.
So we can sum this up in one word. It is greed. If you are falling prey to greed, so then you're gone. So if you are actually looking for a business, then you have to work. Which is so. Debada, can we have one pointer from you and then from Shyam and Jitenji? So just one
for
point.
me, it has to be a product-based company or a service-based company which is tangible. And my dipstick check is, if I get into that direct selling industry, am I going to personally use those products or not? Number one. Number two, do I feel proud about promoting those products or not? If the answer is no to any of those things, I'll probably drop that out.
Yeah. Well, Shyamji?
Yes, Daniel Pranjal has addressed most of the points. One thing is, you also mentioned is the the commission or the sale or the commission has to be generated not based on the number of people has been inducted in the system, rather should be in the quantum of volume or the sale which is generated. It should not have any direct relation with the people, number of people coming in, then the commission generating.
Perfect, so perfect. Jitenji, your thoughts before we move on to the final question.
Volume of sale generated, because
yeah, so Pranjal has very elaborately and beautifully explained. So one thing I just want to add over here is that, of course, we are talking about fraudulent company. At the same time, even let's say there are genuine company who are doing direct selling. So the direct seller should also be following all the code of ethics and complying with the direct selling guidelines and doing the business genuinely. So that is another requirement, because IDSA is there who has its very good code of ethics. So one can refer to that and comply with that while selling the products. Be very transparent with the consumer and also while selling the opportunity. So that is another key thing which we must be wary of.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. So we're moving towards the close of the webinar, but I'm very tempted to just ask one final question, and we would like to address this to you, Devada, because so you have the most experience out of all of us. So the question is, and it's probably the question of all the people who are viewing it, because there might be some people who are successful, there might be people who are not so successful, there might be some people who have spent a lot of time, बहुत सारा समय कुछ लोगों ने लगाया है और फिर भी वो सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाते हैं, और कुछ लोग होते हैं जो आप सुनेंगे कि 3 साल में 2 लाख, 3 साल में 2 साल में 1 लाख, तो कुछ ऐसे भी लोग होते हैं विचार तो हम पहली बात तो हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि एक व्यक्ति ऐसा क्यों होता है कि एक सक्सेसफुल होता है, एक नहीं होता है, मतलब what it takes to be a successful distributor. And the second question, which is also goes with it, is are the stories that we hear 2 साल में 3 लाख, 5 साल में 2 लाख, मतलब it's a alternative income, of course, right? So some people are started taking it as a career, but for most it is like an alternative income. An alternative income of 1 lakh rupees a month is a huge income. So are these stories real? ये सच में भी होती हैं कि क्या सिर्फ वीडियो में ही है? मतलब और क्या चीज है जो डिफरेंशिएट करती है? मतलब एक मैं अगर सक्सेसफुल होना चाहता हूं तो मैं क्या करूं? ऐसा क्या हो? मतलब एक सक्सेसफुल और अनसक्सेसफुल में क्या फर्क है? What it takes to be a successful distributor?
जी डॉक्टर कमल, see, success एक word है, but this word itself is a book. We can talk about it for hours together, but okay, if I have to quickly summarize it in few minutes, success or failure basically boils down to the 250 grams which we have over here, which is our mindset. So how do we think, how do we behave, or how do we act is basically what differentiates successful people from people who do not make it big. So first thing what is important is that people need to build up this mindset of an entrepreneur in this direct selling industry, because it is no different than any other business. People here also get paid only when they create huge amount of turnover by moving the products and services. Now, if you look at success in businesses, whether it is Jeff Bezos, whether it is Dhirubhai Ambani, or whether it is Steve Jobs, all of them did not become rich or famous overnight. So first thing what is important is to build up a long-term vision when people get into direct selling industry, because if you understand a compensation plan, there's huge amount of income opportunities there and people can make a living out of it. But what it requires is first a very, very long-term vision. So what I mean by long-term vision is basically, like Pranjal was also talking about, it is not just necessarily meaning that I create the biggest company in the country or I become the best cricketer of the world. It is about something which gives us happiness or gives us joy. It could be financial freedom, it could be time freedom, it could be that we want to give something back to our society or our family members whom we love. Could be anything which drives us. Because interestingly, direct selling has very low entry barriers. So the challenge is that it also creates a very, very low exit barriers. So people get influenced by somebody else's opinion who do not qualify themselves to give an opinion, and people exit out of it. But a person who creates a strong vision, or what we can term it as goals or dreams, that basically becomes their reason to stay on. And the more the person stays on, the greater are the chances that they become successful in the process. And what drives this vision is the concept people need to build is the concept of the delayed gratification. So what is instant gratification is that I work for 30 days, I get a salary. Yeah, मैं trading करता हूँ, आज stock खरीदा, 10% profit में बेच दिया. But direct selling industry उस concept पर नहीं चलता है. It works on the concept that we sow a seed and then keep working on it till it becomes a sapling and then becomes a plant, then a tree, and then we start to reap the fruits. And this delayed gratification concept has to be imbibed into a thought process. Ki, if I'm getting serious into it, I need to do it for a long period of time and get exponentially bigger return on the effort I put in. And once we do these two things, like, because see, if you look at successful people in India, Flipkart did not make money for first 3 years. Today, the founders are into crores of rupees. Jeff Bezos took 4 or 5 years to just bring Amazon to a break-even level. Today is the richest person in the world. So that is a success principle applicable to you, me, everybody involved in this industry or any other industry per se. But once we overcome these two things, what basically becomes important is my favorite poem, or Harivansh Rai ji's poem, which is कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती और बिना कुछ किए जय जयकार नहीं होती, which means it is very, very important that once we build up this vision that we act on it. By action, I mean it has to be consistent. What happens is a lot of people get started into this industry, are very, very excited for first couple of 2 weeks. They do not see that they're making lakhs of rupees and the energy goes down. Then they attend a seminar or event and then the energy goes up and it comes down again. But what is important is that if you have done the first two parts properly and the expectations are set right, we'll stay into the business in the right way. Okay? Coca-Cola has waited for 1 year to just sell 10 Coca-Cola bottles. But today, they are known worldwide. And that is the mindset which is required, that we keep working hard. Even when we are small, when we have got 5 customers, when we've got 1 distribution partner with us, and that gradually builds up. Next is the concept of procrastination is very, very prevalent in this industry. That is, कल से करते हैं, ओके, अभी बहन की शादी आने वाली है, वो निपटा दे तो फिर करता हूँ, प्रोजेक्ट आ गया है, प्रोजेक्ट का डेडलाइन खत्म करता हूँ, ये अब अगले हफ्ते घर में पूजा रखी है. All those things basically is not a business owner mindset. Business owner figures out time, whether it is 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day, to focus on his or her activities and drives business. So which means doing things now rather than procrastinating it for a later stage. Third, and the most important parameter is self-knowledge and investing into ourselves. Because, okay, unless until we invest into ourselves, if we have a degree, but we have formal education, that is good enough to get us a paycheck. But if you strive for time freedom, if you strive for financial freedom, our personality growth, as Pranjal also said, a lot of people improve their personality once they get involved into this industry. That is where we upgrade our skill sets. And once we do that, it becomes easier for us also to create teams or acquire people into the team who are better than us. Otherwise, what happens is people typically tend to talk to people who are lower in our offices or colleagues or lower level people. This helps us uplift the overall quality of the team, and that builds up the team in a better way. And final point in this would be that what we talk about is the concept of building. So if people get into that habit of it is just a headhunting business, it obviously is bound to go down. But if we build businesses which is invest into people, teach them, train them, give them value systems, give them skill sets, that is going to basically create a sustainable system which survives over a period of time. Along with building, it is important to build this system of consumption, which means if you are able to drive the products into the market with a proper strategy and proper value addition, there's repeat sales coming in, and that repeat sales is basically the concept of retail. That is what makes the Walmart, that is what makes the Reliance Retail big. Now, once we have done this, the final pointer I'd like to mention over here is the concept of blaming. एक हमारे आसपास कॉन्सेप्ट होता है कि हम खाली कोई भी प्रॉब्लम को दूसरों पे डाल देते हैं. कुछ अच्छा नहीं तो सरकार को ब्लेम कर दिया, कुछ नहीं अच्छा नहीं चला तो लक को ब्लेम कर दिया, या कुछ अच्छा नहीं हो रहा तो फिर अपने बैकग्राउंड को ब्लेम कर दिया कि मैं अच्छे बैकग्राउंड से नहीं हूँ. But all those things are not important for success, because if you look at first generation entrepreneurs, people come from various backgrounds without any money, without any formal education, and still make it big. So what is important is a direct seller needs to take ownership of the complete business, just not depend on an upline. The upline is there to support, help, but a person who takes ownership of his or her business is the person who becomes successful. If you look at, for example, Elon Musk, he's not an automobile engineer, but whether a car gets launched or a spaceship is going, he's the one launching out the products. Why? Because of his passion of having the products in his control and knowing in and out of what he's dealing into. Similarly, a direct seller needs to know all the products which is there in the offering, what are the value adds, and has his strategies of which team member to be used to distribute which product line, and starts to think like a non-entrepreneur. So to my mind, I guess if a person is able to do these basics, at least first level of success can be easily achieved at.
Great, sir, great. And we would just like to,
Yes.
just in like 1 minute, if you could just tell us the second part, that whether
Yeah, the question was that whether
Rags
people
to-
make money or not. Okay. So see, when I got involved into this industry, as I'm an engineer and I come from a banking background, so I'm an analytical person. But I did a very, very simple logical check, which is that if you study the overall composition plans, about 30 to 40% of the turnover goes back to the distribution team. Yeah. Now, if you look at published reports itself, we are hitting close to about $200 billion, if I'm right. 30 to 40% of that boils down to about what, $80 billion in terms of turnover globally. Means $80 billion is being distributed to people who are involved in the direct selling industry. अगर हम इंडियन rupees में convert करें, so it is 8,000 into 70. Close to about 5 lakh crore is being distributed to people who are actively working and creating turnover. Now, if 5 lakh crore is being distributed, obviously it is going to make a lot of people millionaire in the process. And secondly is that if it was not making people millionaire, the industry would not have survived on this model for more than 5 decades or so. So very, very logical district check. And it is for the people to go ahead and do research. Internet is full of resources available, which talks about how people are making money, real people, people who are there live on webcast or webinars talking about it. Some of the panelists over here are also in that league. So very much real, very much logical, provided people are involved into the direct selling industry.
So your favorite example,
Yeah.
So your favorite leader in direct selling world. So without naming the company, of course,
yeah.
I
like a lot of them.
Idolize?
Yeah, I like a lot of people, but I love listening to Eric Worre, Dexter Yager, Les Brown. These are a few people I follow a lot on social media.
So I would like to ask the same question to the other panelists as well. So one of the best, like the person who comes to your mind the first time when you talk about like direct selling. So anyone, Shyamji.
Definitely, it is Dexter Yager because he's been in the industry and he has shown what is the real rags to riches story. He's been a living example. But again, just to add one point to Debashish is in direct selling, the first 90 days is the key, and they should always come with a very clear understanding that there is no shortcut, as you mentioned.
Correct.
Yeah.
He has to know that it is going to take at least 3 or 5 years, because initial 90 days, 6 months or 1 year, he might be making very, very small, maybe a very meager amount as a passive income. But there the patience is the key, and consistency is the most important key. That means consistently he has to, so not focusing on the goal of becoming the top rank in that company, rather you should just focus on the daily activity of consistency in daily activity. Just focus on the step by step what is need to be done to go there, rather than thinking and sitting in house that I'll be there and still not taken one single step. You got my point? So people who think that goal is possible, they don't even take a single step, but rather focus on the steps to be taken to go there. And that's, I think Debashish has addressed it in a wonderful way.
So that's what earlier also it was mentioned in the webinar, that it's like no entry barrier, and that's why the exit barriers are not there, right? So because there is no loss. And Jitenji, can we have your inputs? So just one final input from your side even. So if you want to have any person who comes to your mind who's like a legend and you look up to him whenever you think about a direct selling company. You muted, sir.
You're muted.
Yeah. So before I go to the the naming that person, I just want to add something on this subject.
Sure, sir. Sure.
I totally agree that what Shyam Sundarji was talking, that initial days are really crucial for any direct seller when he start the business, and that is the time when the persistence is required and the commitment level also. And as Pranjal was mentioning, the success is a relative term, right? It varies from individual to individual. But at the same time, the key ingredients for really becoming or be successful in this business is that the person should be passionate about the product which they are selling. They should know what the product is. And then, since we all know that it is a person-to-person sale of product or sale of opportunity, there is a human angle involved. So we must build trust within individual. So that another point is the trust, and then working with integrity, being very transparent about what we're selling, opportunity or the product, and at the same time following the code of ethics. So when we combine all these ingredients, definitely, and with persistence in the initial days, we will be a successful entrepreneur or a self-employed person or starting our own business. And the name of the person, still, I being a little emotional about that also, is the first direct selling representative. Her name was PFELB. So I can recall, her name, whenever it comes to the person in the direct selling business. So still, because, working for, of course, Avon also, and she's the one who was the first, direct selling or an independent representative. So we keep hearing this name many times, in different forums. So that is, salute to her, the first representative. Yeah.
Great, sir, great. And final words from Pranjal before we wind up.
Yeah, hi. Basically, I believe as a direct seller, you need to be ethical and then again persistent, because every day you would not be very successful or successful as you would want it. So you need to be persistent and maintain your ethics apart from the efforts whichever you put in.
Sure.
And the person who comes to my mind from a direct selling background is now my colleague in Strategy India, David. He has more than 40 years experience in direct selling and was a direct seller himself before joining as a corporate. So he's guided us and actually molded us in a way so that we can design strategies which are a win-win situation for the customers, for direct sellers and the companies alike. And in case all three are happy, then the government is also happy. That's
Perfect,
definition.
perfect, sir. So actually, it's very rightly mentioned. So because integrity, trust, all the factors that you're mentioning about, so these are the cornerstones of any business. Leave aside the direct selling business, because in direct selling, it's all more important because the goodwill of the person is at stake.
Yeah.
So my goodwill is at stake if I go out to in the field for direct selling businesses. So it has been a wonderful discussion, I must say. And so earlier we were thinking about so we had decided earlier last night also we had decided we'll not stretch it beyond like 30 minutes. And I so agree with Chetan that we are already 10 minutes over, but we don't feel like closing this. But I'm sure that with such rich experience and such rich inputs we got from your side, so we'll definitely would like to continue on the discussion, and we'd like to have an individual discussion on individual points with all of you at some point of time. So we'll surely do that, right? And I'm 100% sure that the audience would like. So we've got a wonderful audience, and we have almost a full house at Zoom. And in spite of the registration challenges people might face in direct selling world, right? So it's because we made it a little complex so that only the people. So we created a little bit of entry barrier into Zoom, because it was, in any case, it was available on Facebook. So still we had a full house, and the good thing is that almost all the people are still there with us. So it speaks volumes about the quality of the content that all of you have delivered, and hats off to your knowledge, hats off to your the in-depth understanding of the industry. And Chetan, if you want to sum it up in just one, two sentences, and then we wind up for the day.
Sir, I would suggest, because as you have been saying, we have got a very good response on Zoom as well as Facebook, and there seems to be many queries that people have raised. So I know we are running over time, but if you permit me, we can quickly provide answers to 2-3 queries which I feel are very important to the session.
My suggestion is that it would, Chetan ji, एक query हम ले सकते हैं. We can take one query, because it's my suggestion is, rather than answering this in a haste, because we have got 82 questions, 82 queries, and all of these queries are worth answering. They would be worth answering. So what we can do is we will have the email IDs of them all.
Wonderful.
We can probably give it back to them, right? So we can
just
have
one important query that I could see. Majority of the queries focus is.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, our viewers want to know how is going to be the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the direct selling industry. This is a query from many people, and gentlemen would like to have, because these days it is mandatory to have one question on COVID-19 in whatever webinar you are going to attend.
So, but we have an entire webinar next up. We have an
Yes.
entire webinar on this question. So probably they'll get an answer to this. So next webinar is our so this is the question that we are going to answer in that. So way forward after the COVID end. So any final comments all of you would like to make, and at the end of it all, like Chetan would sum up. So what did you make of today's discussion? What was the high point and anything that you would like to share? Final, just one minute. And before we end up,
my only point is that the industry has to grow because it is well poised in spite of COVID-19 or any kind of, because this industry is recession free, and we collectively, all the companies has to work towards the growing this industry to the next level. That is my take.
Right, sir.
My message to the audience would be that do not get bogged down by COVID, lockdown, anything. Be innovative, leverage technology. What we are doing right now, keep moving ahead. This basically is a bigger opportunity, maybe in an ethical way.
Exactly, sir. It might have been an opportunity. We might move 5 years ahead in terms of business that we are doing.
Jiten sir,
Jiten ji,
concluding comments.
So my final comment is, just put it in a perspective that direct selling is basically for the direct seller, by the direct seller, and all the direct selling companies in the industry, if we see, they're all working towards the growth of direct seller. So we always are there with them, even in the COVID situation, like how really direct selling company really help them in terms of, providing the services, still able to, deliver the products. So that way, yes, we are there for, the direct sellers. Thank you.
exactly, sir. I 100% agree with you that direct selling industry might have done better than most of the industries in these times because of the zeal of the distributors and zeal of the management, and it's phenomenal the way we have come out of this. So Pranjal, any concluding comments, please?
It's just a passing phase is what we feel, and yes, we'll overcome it. It's only you need to keep the faith and keep on working on developing yourself. That's us.
Chetan ji, you can conclude. So before,
Sure. First of all, thank you so much, gentlemen, for taking time out of your busy schedules. I know you people are busy on Saturdays as well, and making this first webinar a good success, looking at the number of participants and engagements. मैं अंत में सिर्फ यही कहते हुए conclude करूँगा, जो आज हमारी theme थी, all about direct selling. Many people, almost everyone has heard that there is a thing called direct selling, but still there are some people who are hesitate whether to take the plunge to enter the industry or not. So I'm from a government school background, and I'm sure if anyone here is from a government school background, you may recall that in class 4th or 5th there used to be a poem. सबसे पहले मेरे घर का अंडे जैसा था आकार, तब मैं यही समझती थी इतना सा है संसार. फिर मैं चली शाखाओं पे दिए पंख पसार, तब समझ में आया मेरी बहुत बड़ा है ये संसार. So direct selling is like that only. आप जब तक बाहर रहेंगे, आपकी सोच एक फाइनाइट क्षितिज तक रहेगी. आप आइए इंडस्ट्री में, मेहनत कीजिए, तब आपको समझ में आएगा बहुत बड़ा है ये संसार. Thank you so much.
So exactly, wonderful discussion, wonderful concluding comments. बहुत ही ज़्यादा मैं आपको अपने दिल से बता सकता हूँ, मुझे इतना अच्छा लगा आप सब लोगों से मिलके कि we'll carry this association forward for all. And just to make you jealous, मैं बीच में म्यूट कर रहा था अपना, उसका कारण ये है कि थंडरबोल्ट से बाहर बारिश हो रही है. I'm sitting in Himachal and it's a wonderful place to be in, right? So the temperature would be like 13-14 degrees at this point of time, and जो भी आप लोगों से हमारा मतलब प्रॉमिस है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आप लोगों को you deserved an entire webinar on the subjects that were given to you, but since this being a introductory webinar, so I'm sure the participants would have gained a lot. बहुत फायदा हुआ होगा लोगों को, और जितने भी लोग इसको देख रहे हैं, मैं आप लोगों को ये सजेस्ट करूंगा कि कोई भी व्यक्ति जिसको आपको डायरेक्ट सेलिंग प्रेजेंट करने से डर लगता है, उसको आप ये वेबिनार दिखा दीजिए ताकि उसको समझ में आए कि डायरेक्ट सेलिंग असल में क्या है ना. और अगर फिर भी क्लियर नहीं होता, मुझे पता है 108 क्वेश्चंस हो चुके हैं, 108 क्वेश्चंस, और जिन से भी आपने पूछे हैं उनको हम डायरेक्ट करेंगे. इसको हमारे पास इसका डेटाबेस आता है, एंड वील ट्राई टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चंस, योर क्वेरीज फॉर श्योर. And thank you very much for participating in this webinar and making this a huge success. आप सभी panelists का, चेतन जी आपका as a representative of IDSA, Abhishek ji ka, and all those who are involved this, and especially my university also. So it has given me a chance to like move ahead in the direction of my passion. I am very very thankful to my management of Shulini University as well. और आप सबको मैं बोलूँगा कि कभी आ सको तो आओ Shulini University को. It looks like a resort. कभी आओगे and I'll send you some pics probably, right? And next time, next Saturday. So this is a series of webinars. So it's a series of 7 webinars to start with, and let us see how it proceeds further. So in 7 series में आपको सब कुछ मिल जाएगा. Next webinar at 11:30 and Saturdays. So and the discussion is again going to be a very very rich discussion with very credible panelists. So I'll request you all to be there. So we'll send you the invites pretty soon. And thank you very much, and wish you all the best in the world. Right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kamal. Thank you, Chetan. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.